Yay! I beat chaotic neutral. Uh, Not that fun, really. Just think about it. It was pretty terrible to learn, and then it got better once it got consistent, and then it kind of got shit again. The spider wave duel in the middle is the worst part once you learn everything else. It's not that consistent. You have to double click a really weird part, and sometimes the spider just doesn't do what you want it to. Excuse me. But yeah, so counting up attempts time, 7:27. I need a piece of paper. 727. I'm gonna have to do this in my head. 932. So that makes 9, 5, 6, 1,659. I think. Cool. So that took over twice what Night Terrors took me. Yeah, so this is probably a little harder than Night Terrors. Not too much harder because most of it's in the learning process and it's rather consistent once you learn it. But yes, I would consider this harder than Night Terrors. It's not as hard as things like sadism or necropolis even, but it's certainly above Night Terrors and Light Wave and things like that. So this is probably a little harder than Lunatic Doom Machine. That's kind of where I'd put it, sort of around technically low legacy, but nowhere near the difficulty of some of the actual low legacy extreme insanes. Yeah, it's a lot more consistent than it gets a lot more consistent than it looks like it does, but that wave spider duel is just completely insane. The pre-drop is a bit of a nightmare. The drop wave is a little inconsistent, but that's because I think I dropped frames there. The stupid duels at the start are really annoying to learn, but once you get them down, you can pretty much do them every attempt. Sometimes the cube in the first duel just does whatever it wants, but that's like a 10% chance, so you don't really mind that much. There are a few other inconsistencies. There's the bit where you have to click 8 times after the ship, that it like flicks in portals, and then there's a wave that appears out of nowhere. That is really annoying. The glide part is a piss take because the green orb, the first green orb, is way too hard compared to the rest of the clicks. Most of them are really easy. And then after that, it's an easy level for the most part. Fluke from 72, but that's not really saying much because things after 72 aren't that bad.